bad.
No,
and then let's tell the world.
I mean, I side with you on this. Ultimately.
Oh, no.
I'm not really, you know.
And then come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, this guy was cheating. He was fighting with a cast inside his glove. This is a guy that you was behind, that you thought I was. And everybody's seen him. Usyk was a hell of a fighter, a gold medalist, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but he was behind the scenes. Two guys with a crazy amateur backgrounds, and one guy is not being seen, and another guy is being seen.
Floyd Mayweather has spoken out about Oleksandr Usyk, and his take has surprised many fans. Mayweather claims Usyk's win over Daniel Dubois wasn't completely clean, suggesting he found a way to tilt the fight in his favor. Usyk's rise has been remarkable. He's one of only 3 men in the 4-belt era to be undisputed in 2 weight classes, and his victories over top British heavyweights have pushed him into the greatest of all time conversation. But Mayweather isn't buying it. He points out that Usyk hasn't even fought half as many times as he has, yet people are already putting Usyk's name alongside Floyd and Muhammad Ali. For Mayweather, that comparison just doesn't add up.
You've been away.
I think he took it personal.
Your legacy is getting like a fine wine, is just aging. What did people miss during your run? What did I miss when I was saying, you know, when I would come out and write those columns?
Well, I didn't fight the guys.
Mayweather pointed to Usyk's fight with Daniel Dubois as proof of manipulation. He said the body shot that dropped Usyk wasn't a low blow and called both fighters quitters. Floyd made it clear he never needed to cheat to win and argued that Usyk isn't even close to his level of skill.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know. In the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champion?
Usyk kept hold of his WBA, WBO, and WBC titles with a 5th-round stoppage win over Dubois. But this fight was actually a rematch of their first meeting, where he had defended the WBA, IBO, and WBO belts. In that earlier bout, Usyk was dropped by a body shot, but the referee ruled it a low blow and gave him time to recover. Floyd Mayweather didn't agree with the call, saying, "I thought he lost," and he quit.
You see all these fighters, they doing the shoulder roll, you see? I mean, yeah. And not knocking the guys that paved the way. And I want to come on record and say, I'm appreciative for guys like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. So many guys that paved the way for me.
Mayweather didn't hold back. He argued that once a fighter quits, it becomes part of who they are. And in his view, both Usyk and Dubois proved that. Usyk went down from a body shot and rolled around for 5 minutes, and Dubois quit from the jab. That's 2 quitters fighting each other, he said. Floyd added that while it's never easy to label someone a quitter, the evidence spoke for itself. He even claimed Usyk cheated, making it clear he doesn't see the Ukrainian champion on his level.
Then we call it an upset. No, it's just that he was working behind the scenes, and another guy was working in front of everybody. Then finally, they had to meet up, and then
Mayweather dismissed the idea that the punch was a low blow, saying it hit at the belt line and calling out those who disagreed. Quoted by Boxing Social, he reminded everyone he's a Hall of Famer with decades in the sport and plenty of belts, so he knows what he's talking about. He also imagined facing Usyk himself. Mayweather said he wouldn't need any cheap shots, no body shots to win. He'd rely on his movement and defense, adding that nobody beats him in the ring, not even a heavyweight. If Usyk is really as skilled as fans claim, Floyd said he might last 2 or 3 rounds, but that's it.
I fought everybody.
Yeah, you went on to fight everybody. I'm saying it, but
so if
you didn't get your due.
My thing is this.
I'm not endorsing this.
Let me get this right. So if I don't fight a fighter when you want me to fight,
I'm not saying we were right. That's the point.
That don't mean
I'm saying, you know, we may have been wrong, but what did we miss in that?
I don't want to hear this stuff about low blows. It's called a protector for a reason. If you hit a protector, guess what? It's low.
Yeah.
The protector, as long as the protector's in the right place, where it always is with Usyk, you can do all your video editing you want.
Big names like Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and more recently Daniel Dubois often dominate the headlines. But Usyk remains the champion and the man to beat in the heavyweight division. One of his toughest tests came in August 2023 against Dubois, a fight that still fuels debate today. In that bout, Dubois landed a body shot that sent Usyk to the canvas. The referee ruled it a low blow and gave Usyk time to recover. But many fans and analysts felt it was a fair punch and that Usyk should have been given a count to see if he could continue.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights,
Yes, you did.
who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
Dubois' coach, much like Floyd Mayweather, went on a fiery rant against Usyk after the fight. He admitted the odds were stacked against them from the start. But what bothered him most was what he called Usyk's dishonesty. While he praised Usyk's skills, calling him an exceptional, masterful boxer, he also labeled him a fake, liar, and cheat. The coach criticized Usyk for presenting himself as a God-fearing man, while in his view, not living up to that image.
Love, because I think your legacy is just getting stronger by the day. And
No. Tell me about some more fighters that you said I didn't fight.
Well, I said some things back then. You know?
Tell me.
Well, then you fought Manny, so you were like, take that. Then you fought Madonna twice.
So hold on. So let me get this right.
I fought him, I know what he's like. The guy hasn't got a cheating bone in his body. The protector's always on point.
Yeah.
They do rise up in fights through no fault of their own, but ultimately that shot was low. I don't care what anyone says.
I think the ref definitely helped a little bit, didn't he? Gave him that extra time.
Don Charles, Dubois' coach, took his criticism even further, directing his words straight at Usyk. He argued that if Usyk truly believes in God, as he often claims, then cheating goes against the very commandments he's supposed to follow. Charles even mocked Usyk's reaction to Dubois' body shot, saying the way he rolled on the canvas deserved an Oscar. In his eyes, Usyk exaggerated the impact, which may have robbed Dubois of a fair chance to win. Whether fans agree with Charles or not, his comments have added even more fuel to the rivalry, especially if a rematch ever takes place. Interestingly, Floyd Mayweather hasn't always been critical of Usyk. When Usyk first beat Anthony Joshua in London, Mayweather dismissed the idea that it was an upset. That night, Usyk claimed the WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBO heavyweight titles in a dominant performance. The two fought again in 2022 after Joshua triggered the rematch clause. But once Usyk began being compared to Floyd himself, the tone from May.
Who's older?
You win in the end.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Who's older? I'm 2 years older than Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's 42.
Okay. And I'm 44, right? I beat Manny Pacquiao so easy.
I can't
8 rounds to 4, something like that.
Mayweather once defended Usyk's win over Anthony Joshua, saying it wasn't an upset at all. Speaking to reporters, he explained that Joshua's loss looked bigger only because of his fame and the spotlight around him. Joshua was the one on TV. Everyone knew him, Floyd said. But Usyk was already a hell of a fighter, a gold medalist, if I'm not mistaken. He just wasn't in the public eye the same way.
Even when Usyk was ready to fight, he said no.
Listen, I also believe that had the referee gone, that's good, he's getting up. He's played the shot.
Yeah, well,
and he's got every right to. Like say, for me, it's low. But if that referee starts counting,
Mayweather summed it up by saying both Joshua and Usyk came from strong amateur backgrounds, but the difference was visibility. One fighter was always in the spotlight, while the other built his reputation quietly behind the scenes. When they finally met, Joshua fell short. All there was to it. And that wraps things up for now. For more updates, highlights, and stories from the world of boxing, Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss new content.